All right, so this looks like possible multiple choice problem in the calculator section. So let's see, they want to know the intervals where it's increasing, decreasing, and constant. So if we're focused on the x, it's -4 comma something, -2 comma something, 3 comma something, 2 comma something, 4 comma something, and 5 comma something, okay? So it's increasing from -4 to -2. I could also write that in interval notation. Okay, I'm just showing you both ways, depending on what you might see. It's decreasing from -2 to 2, so I go -2 is less than or equal to x, less than or equal to. Sorry, not less than or equal to, just less than. And less than 2, or -2, 2. Then it's constant from 2 to 4. Constant means it's not going up or going down. 2 is less than x, which is less than 4. And then it's going up from 4 to 5. So 4 is less than x, which is less than 5. Or in interval notation, 4, 5. Oops. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. It looks like what they want you to do is compare f of x. And it looks like this table is with this graph. And then they want you to compare it with g of x. All right. The great thing I like about this one, it's already done for me. So let's see. The y-intercepts are opposite. So the y-intercept of this one would be 0 comma something. So this one's 0 comma 5, and that's 0, -5. Oh, they are opposites. Okay, that means they're not the same. Okay, so that covers letter A. The f of x and g of x both have an x-intercept of 1. Okay, that does have an x-intercept of 1. So that means I'm going to have to factor this, divide by -1. X squared minus 6x plus 5. X minus 5. X minus 1, 1 and 5. Oh, it also does. Good. And then it does have an x-intercept of 5 also. And by the way, if this is in the calculator section, which I'm pretty sure it is, you could just graph this and then just do me a favor if you're not going to factor it. Then just write x-intercepts 1 and 5 so I can see work. Okay. They don't share any x-intercepts. Well, no, because we just said they did. F of x has a larger maximum than g of x. Okay. Well, g of x is going down, so it has a max. And this one has a min. So that doesn't even make sense. You can't compare different things. So, but what if you had something like you graphed one and the other one, and this was f and this was g? You would say f has a larger max than g. Or if it was a min, and this is f and this is g, you would say f has a smaller minimum than g. Okay? All right, create an example of the following types of functions. Okay, a quadratic would be x squared, a cubic is x cubed, a quartic is x to the 4th, and a quintic is x to the 5th. Just know those types of things. My guess is this is multiple choice. Talk about the behavior, intercepts. Let's see. Okay. So if we're going to talk about the intercepts, it looks like it tells me the x-intercepts are at -4, 0 and -2, 0. I don't know anything about the y-intercept yet, but let me just fake graph it. So -5, 3, -4, 0, -3, -1, -2, 0, -1, 3. I'm just going to graph it. Okay, so if I'm talking about this, the end behavior would be positive infinity. The shape is a parabola, which means a U, and then it has a minimum, and the minimum's at the vertex, which is -3, -1. So I'm guessing this is going to be a multiple choice, and they're going to ask you information about it and circle what's applicable. All right, this one they want you to create a function with roots 2, -2, and -4. Okay, so oops, I got a lot of paper that isn't here. Okay. So let's say it was 2, -2, and -4. I bet you agree you'd go x minus 2, x plus 2, x plus 4. The only difference is it has an I, so you just throw an I in there. Okay, so don't get intimidated. So with that being said, x minus 2i, x plus 2i, x plus 4. I'm going to box these two out. You could foil it. A rainbow bow. X times x, x squared. 2xi, because x comes before I in the alphabet. Negative 2xi, so those cancel. Negative 2 times times 2 is negative 4i squared. But you remember I squared is negative 1, and a negative times a negative is a positive. So it's really x squared plus 4 times x plus 4. You can box it out again. X squared plus 4, x plus 4, x cubed, 4x squared, 4x, 16. None of them are the same. So if it says create a function, f of x equals x cubed plus 4x squared plus 4x plus 16. And if you have extra time on your hands, you could graph it. If you fake graphed it, you would see that it only crosses, at negative 4, and it's cubic, so it's probably going to do something like that, which shows it's imaginary. Okay? All right, let's go to the next page. All right, factor. So this times this times this, 4. Let me make it bigger. This times this times this. Remember the sum of cubes. Square the first guy. Put those two together, that should be a minus. And square the second guy. But because this is ugly, can you do me a favor and put it in standard form? Maybe I should have done that in the beginning. If I have way too much time on my hands, I could graph this, and they should be right on top of each other. Okay? It's just factoring, not solving. All right, grouping, there's 4 of them. So 2x squared, x minus 5. They don't have anything the same, but this is plus minus, and this is minus plus. So minus 1. That way they can both be plus minus. 2x squared minus 1, x minus 5. You are just factoring it. You are not solving it. Okay? Let's go to the next one. All right, if it's to the 4th power, I have to do Pascal. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay, hold on 1 second. So that means I'm going to be using this. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. I know I'm not going to have enough space. So 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. I'm going to do a little slash so I don't mess up. So I take this to the 4th, this cubed, this squared, this to the 1st, this to the 0. And even though I make space, I still run out of space. I'm really good at that. And then I have to do this to the 0, this to the 1, this squared. I'm running out of space. I'm going to put it down here. Cubed, negative 1 to the 4th. It's to the 0, cross it off. Okay, one at a time. So now I'm going to go, wow, I made this really messy. 3x to the 4th means 3 to the 4th. Times 1 is 81. So 81x to the 4th. 3 cubed is 27. Negative 1 to the 1st is negative 1. 27 times 4, let's say 54, 108, negative 108. X cubed. It's a pattern. So if this is plus, this is minus, this should be plus. Let me make sure. 3 squared is 9 times 6. Negative 1 squared is 1. Perfect, it's positive 54x squared. 3 to the 1st is 3 times 4 is 4. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1. Plus minus, so it makes sense. 12x. And negative 1 to the 1st power is 1. If I have a lot of time on my hands, which I'm going to do this for my answer key, take this and put it right on top of that, or graph them both, and they should be right on top of each other. Okay, next one. This is a 3 by 3. Show that on the test, please. Oops, I should have made more space here. If you feel like you don't have enough space, use scratch paper and just put a little star on it and say C scratch paper or something. 7x squared minus 5x plus 8. This is one where I would put the 1 there for my own sanity. I don't think anybody's going to get it wrong. I think you're going to make silly multiplying mistakes. And so do me a favor, if you feel like that could be you, then use your calculator. If it takes an extra 30 seconds, but you don't lose a couple points, then it's worth it. Okay? So 4, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Look at that. 3, 1. See how I went too fast? So there wasn't a pattern. Caught my mistake. It's always good to take that 2 seconds and check it. We all know I know how to add and subtract and multiply, but I'm human. So negative 7x to the 4th. These two are the same. Plus 12x cubed. And these three are the same. Negative 13, negative 6x squared. These two are the same. Plus 3x. Plus 8. Again, I'm not worried I don't know how to do this problem, but if it's the answer key, I need to make sure I'm right. So I'm going to graph this, and they need to be on top of each other. Okay? Only do that at the end of your test if you have time. Okay? So this is adding and subtracting, but when you have a minus, change the signs of everything to the right. Notice how I'm doing that dark. That's positive. Keep it. All right. We have x to the 4th, or y to the 4th, sorry. And we have a negative 1y cubed and a negative 2y cubed is negative 3y cubed. Notice how I'm doing that. So let's see, like underline. Now I'm on squared. 1, 2, 3. Positive 5. Oops, 3. Negative 7 is negative 2y squared. Let's see, do I have a y? No. And then I have plus 6, plus 4, plus 10. Okay? Again, if I have time, take this, graph this. They should be on top of each other. Okay? That's what I'm going to do for my answer key. All right, in this problem, you have a choice. You can either do long division or you can do synthetic division. If you do both, you'll get bonus. So because of that case, I am going to do both. First thing I'm going to do is synthetic because I'm so good at it. Negative 4, 1, negative 9, 1. Uh-oh, I went too fast. Let's zoom in. It's supposed to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, nothing. So that's wrong. So negative 4, x cubed, x squared, x to the 5th, x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared, x, and a number. Okay? So let me do that. I'll zoom it out a little bit. And then I'm going to put a 2, bring it down, this times this, plus this. 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 This times this. Let's see, 70, 140, 138. Negative 137. Okay? So hopefully I did that right. I feel like I went a little bit fast on that one. Let me see. This times this plus this. This times this plus this. Negative 30 this. Negative 60. Good. Okay, I think I'm good. So I started with x to the 5th. That means my answer will be x to the 4th. X cubed. X squared. X. And then a number minus 137 over my divisor, which is x minus 2. I would only do the bonus if you have time at the end. You want to focus on extra things. Bonus isn't worth tons. Okay? So now I'm actually going to do long division. If you're not 1,000% confident in the long division, just let it go. It's bonus. Okay? Negative 4x to the 5th plus 0x to the 4th plus 1x cubed minus 0 plus 0x squared minus 9x plus 1. Oh, this looks like a pain in the tush. If you remember, this one's always the divisor. So this divided by this. Now multiply, multiply. Subtract. Change the signs of everything to the right. Negative 8x to the 4th. Look at that. Negative 8. Look up here. Negative 8. Okay, so it's working out. Negative 8x to the 4th, because this is always your dividing this divided by this. Now multiply, multiply. Negative 8x to the 4th. If you're not 100% following me, then just let it go. It's bonus. This, this, this. Negative 15x cubed plus 0x squared. This divided by this. Okay. Oops.